Yeah, big win. It's great to, another game like last week where, we probably left some points on the field, and we just find a way to win at the end. So that's always great. A lot to get better at. Long season ahead still. Got 5 more games to the playoffs, so got to keep this train rolling.
What do you say about your offense, Joe, that you did have a few things that didn't go your way, but you were to come back, bounce back, and make the key plays to win? What does that say about your unit and its resilience?
Yeah, it just says, how it just, our team knows what it takes to win those kind of games. It's December now. This is when we start to turn it up. We just find ways to win these games. That's all there is to say about it. We're going to get back to practice, keep getting better, correct the mistakes that we made, and move on.
Joe, we just talked to Jamar in there, and he said this team has a championship swagger right now. He said he knows it's December 4th, but do you feel that within this team, that kind of swagger that you need to have to win these kind of games?
Yeah, we know the guys we have in that room. We've been there, done that. Like I said, it's December, coming into January. This is where the teams start to separate themselves.
The third and 11. What's going through your mind at that point? Are you trying to play it safe, or you not?
No, I'm trying to.
Not.
I mean, the quarterback they have on the other side of the ball. We can't settle for a field goal there. He's going to go down and win the game. So we got to find a way to get that conversion. And team made a big play, just like he did last year in the AFC Championship. Same route, unbelievable catch.
Was it basically all those guys one-on-one, basically?
Yeah, we'll have to see the film. I'm not sure. There was a lot of people in the middle of the field there. We just found a window for him.
Praise your offensive line in recent weeks. Obviously, they appeared to play well again today.
Yeah.
What do you think of their performance?
I mean, top notch. It's when you have that kind of time in the pocket, it's hard not to find somebody open. And what else this has done is, gotten us some more off-schedule opportunities. I'm starting to be able to run the ball more now because if something's not open, I still have time to find an escape lane and get out of the pocket and try to make a play. I can't say enough about those guys.
Did you picture games like this from your offensive line when they were being put together in March and you were, hosting Lyle Collins at your house? And stuff?
Yeah, I mean that's when you have guys playing the way that they are, it's a blessing because not all the quarterbacks in the league have that, and we have guys up front that just work really hard to get the job done and are going to fight their asses off every single day to get better and better to put on a great performance every Sunday. And they've showed that, the last, 3/4 of the games that we've played.
Why are you guys able to execute under pressure so well?
We got players that, have been in these spots before. Whether it's college or last year, we accumulated players that the organization has done a great job of finding the right guys that it matters to them. They're going to work really hard to put on their best performances every Sunday, and the character of these guys, that's what wins games down the stretch in December and January in the fourth quarter. And they've done a great job of finding the guys. We have one of the best locker rooms I've ever been around, and you feel it. You feel the energy in that room every single day from those guys that, we have the utmost faith in one another that, if one unit isn't playing great, the other one's going to step up and make plays to help us win games.
You go right back to Boyd, right down on the winning drive. Go right to Boyd on 32. I mean, did you say anything to him after the?
No. We knew. We all know. He knows. We know. It is what it is. That's, to come back from, it's tough to leave points out on the field like that, but, he responded well and come up with some big catches and big blocks in key moments to win games, and that's what I'm talking about. That's unselfish guys that, matters to them. They care. They work really hard to make the plays in those moments.
What is it about this team against the Chiefs that it just seems like you're one of the few teams in the NFL that really have their number in the last calendar year?
We just got really good players, man. It's really good players, really good coaches. We come up with great game plans every time, and we just have guys that knows what it takes in those big moments to make the plays to win the game.
Joe, your team along those lines, the first quarterback to win against Patrick 3 straight. What has enabled you to be successful in those matchups against him?
Got great players around me, great coaches. we just have guys that just seem to make big plays in big-time games and big-time moments.
Zach was very adamant that you should be in the MVP conversation. Jamar said you should be the front runner. What's it like to hear that kind of chat from guys around you that you should be in that conversation?
Yeah, that's it is what it is. I don't play the game for those kind of accolades, but I play the game for those guys in the locker room. And I've always said whatever it takes out of me every Sunday, that's what I'm going to do. I could hand the ball off 72 times and come out with a win. I'm going to be happy.
I think you hit 72% of your passes. It was like 72 or 73% of your passes. I mean, for that to happen against that kind of defense, I mean, obviously it's the line, but it's because it's something else. What is it? I mean, it's the...
Well, we just, our receivers really understand spacing and timing and the concepts that we're running against zone defense. And then, when we get man coverage, those guys are going to go win just because, we have 3 of the top receivers in the NFL. And we work really hard every single day, every single week in practice to get all of our concepts exactly the way we want them. And we have a constant dialogue about, what we expect from each route, what they expect from the ball, what we expect out of eyes, feet, steps. Our guys have so much attention to detail in their routes that, it's fun offense to be a part of.
Joe, with how well you threw the ball, besides that, I mean, you run for over 40 yards. You were elusive last year against Tennessee. What is it about you that makes you so hard to stop for defenders?
Yeah, I think, my legs have always been kind of a last resort for me when it's, the going gets tough. I know I can rely on that to make a play in a critical moment. And, I don't do it often. I don't do it all the time, but I know that I have it in my back pocket always.
Did they change anything with the way they played? Did they play anything differently than they played it last year?
It was kind of a mixture of the 2 games. In the first game last year, they blitzed us a lot, and then the second game they barely blitzed us at all. And it was kind of a mixture. They did show some pressures in some key moments, and they also played their zone that they play really well.
What went through your mind on that Jermaine Pratt play on Travis Kelce?
It's time to go win the game. That guy just. I feel like I'm saying this every single week, but that guy just makes plays every single week in big-time moments to get us the ball back in a situation where we know that that's what it takes.
Joe, what were your thoughts on Justin Reed earlier in the week? Obviously, that happened after we talked to you on Wednesday, but what was your reaction to him saying that, what he said?
I mean, I honestly didn't really care. I would have cared a lot more if he knew what he was talking about. Maybe he just hadn't been in the scouting report yet. I don't know. It is what it is.
Joe, what's the extra benefit of having a punishing runner like Samaje north-south as you progress through 4 quarters?
Man, that guy, I just am so happy that he's taken this opportunity and done what he's done with it because he's one of those guys that you love being around every single day. Brings the juice, so consistent, day in and day out. He's going to get you 2 or 3 if there's nothing there, and that's valuable.
Jamar said that he feels you're going to see the Chiefs again. Do you, after a game like this?
Yeah, I mean, it's a long ways away. We'll see. There's a lot of football to be played. There's 5 games regular season left, and the playoffs play out how the playoffs play out. You never know with the seedings and all that. So it played out that way last year. We'll have to wait and see.
You mentioned the term swagger. Just how else would you kind of describe how you guys are feeling right now, especially after a big one like this? You got it.
Yeah, we're just dialed in. We know the mistakes we made. We know the corrections we got to make, and I think there's a lot of celebration in the locker room, just like there was after every single win that we have. But everybody knows that there's a lot of room to improve, and we have just the kind of guys that we have. We'll continue to get better week in, week out, day in and day out, and we'll go from there.
That seemed to be your message. Shouldn't have been that close. That seemed to be your message. You got to play better.
It was a tight game that, that's how it's going to be when we play those guys. Patrick is, the best in the game right now. So whenever you play him, it's always going to be close.
What does it mean to you? You say Patrick's the best in the game, and you've beaten him 3 times in a calendar year. Nobody's ever beaten him as a quarterback 3 times in a row, or a team has beaten him 3 times in a row. For you guys and you to accomplish that, what does that mean?
Means we got a great team. You know, our defense steps up in big spots and gets stops and turnovers and deflections when we need it, and you know we've been able to come up in some big spots on offense as well.
What was your sense going into the half after Carlos makes a big play?
Yeah.
What was your sense there?
You know, it was a lot of excitement for the second half because you know we left points out on the field, and I hate when we leave points on the field because you know those opportunities don't come around a lot. And so we got to fix that. We left 14 points out there that we should have scored. So get back to practice and take advantage of those opportunities next time we get them.
Looked like you had a nice moment with him after the game. Looked like you had a nice moment with Carlos after the game.
Yeah, I mean Carlos, I always appreciated the way Carlos treated me when I got here. He kind of helped me find my footing in the NFL. He was a great teammate to me when I got here, and so I just told him that I always appreciated that.
You have a running back that rushes for over 100, a receiver almost catch the ball for 100, and do what you do. What does it mean when you get that kind of balance going offensively?
Yeah, that's when you're rolling. You know, you can run the ball, you can throw your RPOs, you can throw the ball down the field. You know, we're just playing really well on offense right now, and it's exciting, and there's a lot of room to improve as well.
Like all of the other matchups with the Chiefs, this one's going to be played on a loop. I think, did it feel different in the moment while you were on the field?
Just felt like another game, another regular season game. They all matter and they're all important, and it's always intense out there. But didn't feel any different playing those guys.